Oh, Martha, Irene.
They were probably too young to go to school then, or?
Yes. And, well, Irene wasn't born till we moved back to Erie.
And what about John? Did he have lice too?
Yes, he was bald-headed
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Of course, it probably looked a little bit more normal on
Yes.
him. Did it happen to a lot of other people? I mean, were there
Well,
other kids
I
that
don't
had
think
shaved heads, or?
they didn't go to those extremes of getting bald-headed. I don't know.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Helen, how old were you when your father shaved your head?
About 6 years old.
Oh, 6. How did you and your sister feel about that?
We had no feelings, I don't think. We just had to take it because my father said we had to do it.
Just something that happened?
They went to extremes about some things. So.
Yeah, that seems pretty extreme. But there was no tar involved. For some reason,
No.
I thought there was tar.
So I don't know.
Do you have any other memories that you want to share? Any proud moments or...
I remember in West Virginia, my brother used to catch fireflies, and there weren't any sidewalks. There were just boards across the road, and he would drop them tie a string on the legs or whatever. I don't know how he did it. And he dropped them between those boards, and they would light up, and it was such fun to watch those things.
John did that when you were in West
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes. And then we used to watch the prisoners were chained together, and they would clean the roads and sweep the streets, and we'd all stay away in the yard so that we wouldn't get contaminated, I guess. I don't know what it was, but they were all chained together, and they couldn't get very far anyway.
It was like your afternoon cartoons of yesteryear. You'd watch the litter crew, the chain gang.
Yeah. It was quite an experience living in those mountains.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school, not first grade, kindergarten.
Which mountains are those? Which mountains did you live in?
I think the Appalachian Mountains.
In West Virginia.
Yes.
So you said you were down there for about a year or 2 years?
A year, and then we came back to Erie, and then went back there because there was no work in Erie yet. So we went back. I worked there. My father worked there another year and came back to Erie.
Did your mom work?
No, she
just stayed home, raising all the kids.
Moms all stayed home.
Yeah.
Then. No, very few moms worked out. I remember a neighbor down the street at West Virginia had an oven outside, a brick oven that she used to bake bread. And one time she baked the bread, took it out, and put it on a bench that was on the side of the house, and her cow got loose and ate the bread. It was hot, and the cow blew up from the east.
The cow blew up?
Yes. It
like
just
really exploded?
Yes.
Cow pieces everywhere?
Yes.
Wow.
My mother had a cow, too, that she used to milk, and we had that.
Did you have chickens?
Yes.
Any other animals?
No, my father had a donkey that he used to take to... It wasn't his, it belonged to the company, but he could bring it home, that he used in the mine.
A company car?
Next thing, too. Or
Yeah.
the first thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any other memories, maybe of your siblings or, growing up during the war times?
War is a terrible thing. No, I can't think it's too much.
Oh, I don't blame you for not wanting to remember what it was like to live through wars.
I remember in Detroit, one of the first race riots were there when we lived there. And we were told not to let the kids out because there was people walking up and down streets and shooting at everybody. It was a really bad race riot at that time. It was in the early 40s.
Probably before my mom was born, but
Oh, yes.
you still had children then.
Carl and David and Karen.
And they were riding right outside your home.
I never saw anybody, really, because we lived away from the downtown district, and most of it was downtown Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
There was poor sections there that people were riding. It was started on a Sunday afternoon on some, I think it was called Rouge Isle or something. Somebody, a black and a white boys got into a fight, and it started from there. It just escalated. So we all stayed home in the house, and the kids could go out and play for the whole week or more.